Happy Thanksgiving.
Week 12.
Week 12.
We're back. Rock and Bear
Take it
live.
away.
Taking it away for the first game on the Gobble Bowls. It's going to be Green Bay Packers going to see the Lions. Are they going to roar with the Packers, or are they going to cover the 7.5?
Well,
What do you think?
Detroit at home has always been really hot on Thanksgiving. Unfortunately, they stunk for 20 years. Now they're good. Green Bay won by 3 points last week. Goff threw 3 picks. He's not going to do that. Detroit by 10.
I agree. I think Detroit's going to have a commanding victory over the Packers. They want to make a statement that they're the best team in the NFC North. And, you know, I don't think they're going to have the same kind of letdown as they did last week.
And Montgomery and Gibbs.
M&G.
Come on.
MGM.
Blow
Out.
out.
All
Okay.
right, another game, Washington Commanders. Are they going to command a victory away from the Cowboys? I don't think so. The Cowboys minus 12.5 at home. They tend to give these games away where they're a big spread favorite. Like, what do you think?
Well, the Cowboys have played 3 great games in a row. Washington lost to the Giants last week. They're due for a rebound. The line is 10.5. Washington.
12.5. I have it at 12.5 now.
Washington covers but loses.
I disagree. I say not so fast, my friend. Cowboys by 14. Let's go.
CeeDee Lamb didn't practice.
That doesn't matter. He
Do
doesn't
it.
practice.
Do it. Okay,
All
game
right,
3.
San Francisco going to see Seattle. San Francisco minus 7 on the road. Is this a trap game, Rock, or is San Francisco back in for real?
Well, you know, ever since I saw the first game with San Francisco, defensive backfield getting eaten alive by the Rams, and they lost to the Rams by a point at home.
Week 1.
No, they lost this week.
They did not. They won 4-7.
Seattle lost to the Rams by a point.
Okay, you said San
Excuse
Francisco.
me. I'm sorry. Well, I'm 73 years old, so. Anyway, San Francisco wins this one by 13.
I agree. I think San Francisco is going to win and cover. Their defense is too good for Seattle to be able to make any real statement. And Walker, the running back, out. Big.
What?
Yeah, oblique injury, out.
Oh, my.
So, hammer the Niners. Moving on. Miami Dolphins going to see the Jets. The Jets defense has been their statement piece this season. Wilson's on the bench. Is that going to be enough for them to have a revival? Or is Miami going to go ahead and squeak away with this one and cover the 9.5, Rock? What do you think?
Jets defense is good against the run, but you got Waddle, and then you got the play action to
Tyreek.
and then you've got Mozart springing that
And
draw.
Kane's back.
And McCain's back. So you got another blowout by 20.
Miami win, and they should cover. The Jets defense might surprise us, but I think Miami has too many tools. Moving on, New Orleans going to see the Dirty Birds. Atlanta at home, hosting the Saints. They're 1.5 point favorite at home, Rock. Kind of a shocker to me. What do you think?
Well, you told me that Jones is out. The receiver, what's his name? Come on.
Michael Thomas.
Michael Thomas is
He's
out. Okay? So
He hasn't been a big threat this season.
yeah, but Derek Carr's been kind of a disappointment. They thought he was going to be the key. I'm taking Atlanta to cover and win outright.
I disagree. I think the Saints will win this game on the ground. They have Kamara, Alvin Kamara. They have Taysom Hill. And they have Olave to be their one threat.
And a good defense.
And a good defense. So Atlanta at home, maybe that's the home factor playing into it. But I think the Saints are going to march over the Birds.
Coin toss, home team, Atlanta. Go.
Interdivision game, Pittsburgh Steelers, another top-tier defense going to see Cincinnati without Joe Burrow. Is Cincinnati in trouble, Rock?
Well, number one, they already know they're not going to get a wild card, and they're not going to win the division. And pride is an element here. And I think Burrow's going to be on the sidelines. Higgins is back. Mixon's there. Cincinnati's getting a 1.5 at home against Pittsburgh, who's been outstatted in every game they won. I'm going with Cincinnati minus 1.5. What do you think?
I agree. I mean, Pittsburgh fired Matt Canada, so their offensive coordinator is gone. But is that going to be the right remedy for them to win and put up points? I think there's going to be a little bit of an adjustment period. I think Cincinnati's going to win this game on the ground. Mixon's a workhorse. He's going to get over 23 carries. And if they can run the ball convincingly, they should win this game.
Well, hey, It is hard.
Silence Pittsburgh's.
It's hard to run against Pitt. Okay.
It's harder to pass against them.
Well, both.
With TJ Watt coming down your throat every time?
Both.
Not both. We'll see. Maybe we're both wrong.
And Haywood, whatever.
Hey, take Pittsburgh. Fade us.
All
We're
right.
both on Cincy.
All right. There you go.
Jacksonville Jaguars going to see C.J. Stroud. Rookie of the year, no doubt. MVP? Maybe. Rock, what do you think?
Well, Jack's had a great game last week. And there's an old theory, great game following that. And it's at Houston. Houston's 1.5. And it's time for my big boy and our big boy, C.J. Stroud, to show up and throw 4 touchdown passes and win this game 38-31.
Wow, high scoring game.
Yeah.
The over-under is only 48. So, I mean, that prediction, it will cover the over. And Houston to cover the plus 1.5.
I work for the bookie.
So, an upset and the over. Take it here. You heard it here first.
All right.
Tampa Bay Buccaneers. They're going to have their cannons fired up against the ponies of Indianapolis, the Colts. Colts minus 2.5 at home, Rock. The running game's a lot, but is it enough to beat the Tampa Bay
I'm
Buccaneers?
telling you what, Tampa Bay looked really good last week. Mayfield's come into his own. He's got used to a new coordinator, new receivers. Indy's got Minshew and John Taylor and whatever. Tampa Bay wins this one outright, covers, or they win outright. They're a 2.5-point dog.
All right, I like that. They went out right. They're a dog. I like to agree with you there. And I like to make a case here in Week 12 that Baker Mayfield is comeback player of the year.
Let's check the odds on that.
Yeah, I mean, everyone's saying DeMar Hamlin. But DeMar Hamlin is for the...
They're competing with New Orleans to win that division. So Mayfield looked mighty good, and let's check the odds on that.
All right.
Just drop $10. Let's go.
New England Patriots have their muskets loaded up against the New York Football Giants. Football Giants, with DeVito, has already thrown more pass touchdowns than Kenny Pickett has.
Oh boy.
Is DeVito going to come up short?
Hey.
Or is the Patriots, they're going to have their muskets loaded up? They are a favorite on the road. 3.5 points, Rock. What do you think? What do you think? Tell us what you think.
The Giants are getting 3.5 at home.
Yep.
They're going to win this game outright.
Okay.
They're on one of those teams that's now on a roll.
Late season roll.
Okay, let's do it.
We agree. I think the Giants defense should surprise the Patriots offense has been lackluster all year.
Well, Mac Jones has done nothing.
Kind of.
A little bit. Okay, go.
The team with 1 win, Carolina Panthers, going to see Tennessee Titans. Is Will Levis ready to go ahead and pony up here? And is he going to strike down the Panthers, or are the Panthers going to surprise the Titans on Sunday morning?
Tennessee wins by 12. Levis is due, and Willis is due.
Will Levis,
whatever.
Willis.
73 years old.
Yeah, 73.
But,
we've heard.
Yeah, bite me. Carolina, they're growing into their own, but their first-round draft choice quarterback needs help like Houston has. So I'm taking Tennessee to cover the 4.
I agree. I think Tennessee will cover that game. I think Derrick Henry's ready to have a breakout game and go for 150.
And Moss is the other guy, right?
No, DeAndre Hopkins, not Moss.
That's DeAndre. That's D-Hop. He's the receiver.
Yeah, not Moss. Anyway,
all right, whatever.
Tennessee Titans to win this game. I don't think it's going to be 10 or 13. I think it'll be 7 to cover the 4 point
All right,
spread.
let's get it on.
The Los Angeles Rams going to see the Cardinals, led by Kyler Murray. He's back running around like a toddler that stole candy. Is he going to win this game? He's a favorite, 1.5 points. Or is Aaron Donald going to go ahead and trounce the Cardinals and squash those birds?
No contest. Connor's back. Zona looked great. They're at home. They're going to beat the Rams by 6.
A victory in the desert, I agree with you. I think this game will probably be a 3 or 6 point game. They'll cover the 1.5. And they'll win by at least a field goal to cover the points.
At least. Okay.
All right, Cleveland, top-ranked defense with a backup quarterback.
Yeah.
Going to see Denver,
Yeah.
who has ponied up lately.
Yeah.
Denver at home, always tough a mile high. I need to check the forecast. Probably snow in Denver. Rock, what do you think?
Well, how long did it take Sean Payton to get used to this team? All right? I mean, they blew draft choices with Russell Wilson. They got Jerry Jeudy. I don't know who's running the ball for them. Cleveland has a tough
Run it back
D.
by committee.
Cleveland's got a tough D, and
Good
I got to take Cleveland because they're getting points at 2.5.
I agree. I think Cleveland's defense will really scare Russell. He's looked pretty good coming into this season, unlike last season. He's made some plays, but I think they're due for a loss. They've won too many in a row.
I agree.
They've played too many games close, and I think Cleveland's defense will be all over Russell Wilson. I'll say Cleveland by over a touchdown.
All right.
I'll say Cleveland by 10.
All right, here we go.
Another dog. Kansas City off an an upsetting game to lose the game at home against Philly. Second half was kind of abysmal. Las Vegas, by an interim head coach, has played well. 8.5 points for the Las Vegas at home. Mark, what do you think?
Vegas at home. Vegas just seems to be fired up with the new coach. They've got that linesman, that tattooed junkie.
Crosby.
I think that Casey wins by 6.
I said, play that funky music, white boy. Max Crosby's coming to your town. Not so fast. Kansas City, comeback game by 14 to cover. Psych.
Not on the road.
Yep, psych. In a dome.
Side bet.
In a dome in the desert.
50 on the side.
All right, 50 on the side.
There we go.
We'll agree. Buffalo, who looked like they're in peak form last week, beating the Jets defense, which has stopped a lot of players, but they were on the right track. Philly, big game last week. They're hosting Buffalo. Philly's -3, Rock. Maybe game of the afternoon, if not game of the week.
Philly by 10.
Whoa.
Buffalo stinks.
Whoa.
They've got the one receiver.
Whoa.
And they've got Josh Allen who just runs up the middle. Philly blowout.
I'm going to go the other way. I want to bark this game up. I want to take an outright upset because guess what? Philly had their big game last week. They had their second half rally. Jalen Hurts took 5 sacks in the first half. I think Buffalo took a page out of their playbook, and I think Josh Allen has a chip on his shoulder for the rest of the season.
And you might be right because of the fact that Buffalo, they were the only team to snuff Miami when they jammed the line of scrimmage in that game. That was a great game. They're on the road, Philly at home, giving up 3.5. It's going to be a coin toss. I don't know who to pick. So I'm going to pick my nose. And I'm going to take Philly to cover at home.
I disagree. I think Buffalo's, like I said, is going to win this game. Dogs are barking again. Philly off a short week playing against a Monday night. That one day might make it an advantage. And Buffalo's feeling good. Philly's feeling like a sigh of relief after beating Kansas City. That's why I'm taking Buffalo. Trap game. Trap game.
But here's the one
Trap
thing.
game.
Philly's got the wild card. Well, they got to play against, the bye. San Francisco's already got 2 losses, okay? So Philly they're not going to rest their guys yet. But they kind of figure...
Yeah, they're relaxing. That's why Buffalo, they're relaxing.
We're the studs. We're the studs. So,
all right, Sunday Night Football. Baltimore Ravens going to see the Chargers, who actually kind of charged up last week. They're getting 3.5 at home. Is Baltimore going to go ahead and keep this kind of streak going, or is the Chargers going to surprise us on Sunday night?
Well, this is what I think. Baltimore knows that they want to get the home field versus Kansas City. All right?
Yep.
So they know they got to win. Now, the thumb of Herbert is supposedly well. Bosa is going to IR for 4 weeks. I've got Baltimore winning by 6 and covering the 4.
I agree. I say no Bosa, no Gosa.
Oh boy, I gotta sign him up for my comedy routine.
The comedy routine.
There we go.
All right, Monday Night Football. We got 1 minute left. The Bears kept it close against Detroit. They gave the game away. I think the Dobbs, the Pastronaut of the Vikings, he's on a rally. He looks kind of unstoppable. The team's hyped up, Rock. What do you think?
Well, I'll tell you what. Minnesota, this new quarterback, and feels look mighty good and like really well. And sooner or later, the Bears will get a general manager. And are they going to take Marvin Harrison and an offensive lineman? The Bears have got a good chance to do really well next year. It reminds me of Ernie Banks. Wait till next year. Yeah. And that's all we got. Bless your hearts. Good. Happy Thanksgiving.
Skull. Gobble, gobble, y'all. Hey, Tune in next week if we're going to be here for you. Be sure to like and comment and let us know what you think.